morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in this beautiful world. Have you ever asked yourself why? Why am I doing what I do? What drives me? What is the most important thing about what I do? Why do I do it? If you ask yourself this, then you're just like me because I find myself asking numerous times why I do what I do. Why I sometimes put up with more than I put up with should put up with. And this is for not only for photographers, but it's about for anybody, for everybody, every profession, um, job related, work related, professional, um, whatever. It is just why. Why do we do what drives us? Why do we do it? Who do we do it for? I find that photography is such a beautiful release for emotions, for capturing just life in general. I mean, life is precious. Life goes quick. Um, you can be gone today. We're only guaranteed this moment right now. And unfortunately, we don't have the ability to see our future. Sometimes I think that's great because we may not want to see what the future holds. But we have the destiny. We can control that to some point of what we do with our lives. So we're not like dumbfounded when we get older, like me. What's your purpose? What it really drives you? Why do you do what you do? Me personally, I do what I do. Why do I do it? I love the ability to capture emotion, to capture people's souls, to whether good situations or bad situations, it doesn't really matter. Without photography, without cinematographers, without videographers, artists in general, you would not have anything to look back on. I mean, you have nothing to look at. I love looking at photographs taken in the 1900s and just 4x5, 8x10 view cameras, how they captured just life. And talk about being hard to do. Have you ever shot with a 4x5 camera? Well, we're talking that's very difficult, especially if it's a studio type camera. 8x10. A lot of those people had the 8x10 field cameras, and to actually see, I had the opportunity to see a 8x10 transparency for a national company, and the photographer, the ad agency had one of the transparencies, and it was an 8x10. It was, I mean, you talk about blown away. So the negative or the transparency was 8 inch by 10 inch, ready to go. So basically, all you'd have to do if it was a negative is make a contact print, lay it on a piece of paper, shoot it, and it's just light through it. It just makes a 8x10 is it's phenomenal, phenomenal format. It just blows you away. Those are hard, but I'm guessing those photographers did that because A, yes, I'm sure it was a job, but B, they absolutely loved what they were doing. Because if you did not love that, those cameras are big, tripod. It's not like you can handhold that very well. Um, some of those pictures that I saw of were probably a minute long exposures. You have to have tripod, and I've carried around a 4x5 Toyo camera when I was really into commercial, starting the commercial field work. It was cool, believe me. Everything's upside down, reversed on the ground glass. You have to put a cape over your head. You have the bellows, and it's really neat. However, is it practical? Not now. No. Um, but I'm glad that I took the time to learn that. I'm glad that I found. I always look for something different and new to do, and the cameras today are they're so easy. They're too easy. I mean, really anybody can pick a camera up and just take a photograph. You have to separate yourself from that. And again, that comes down to why am I doing what I do? Anybody can go grab a camera. Anybody can take a picture. Yes. But what makes you you? Why do people want you? Why do they want me? It goes deeper than somebody being able to take a photograph. It's your personality, it's your persona. It's when you walk into a room, people are happy to see you. People say, hey, there's Joe. There's Joe. There's Joe." I always have a camera. And yes, sometimes I think people want me there because they want me to take pictures. And yes, that's true. However, there are people that absolutely genuinely love me. They do. And I just love that to me, to me, going to an event without a camera is probably like a lady going to an event without a purse, without a handbag. It doesn't happen. I mean, I always have something with me. It's just something that's second nature. Um, I always have it. I'm glad I got the Leica because the Leica is a lot smaller. You can take it with you and it's inconspicuous, and even a little pocket flash I have, the Leica flash, it's nice. It can't do what my Nikon does with the zoom lenses and all that, but it's not meant to. It's meant to be a compact travel carry, environmental type street photography camera. So that's another reason why I do what I do. I love new gear. I love being able to learn. I don't want to go into debt over new gear. And that's why I think you see a lot of photographers selling stuff all the time because they think the newest thing is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But in reality, for me anymore, a camera has to meet several different criteria. And one is ease of use. Uh, there's nothing worse than picking up a camera. The frustration with the menus are horrible. You got 15 pages of menus. Do you really, I mean, honestly, do you really need that? No, you don't. Um, but that helps me fuel what I do. And being able to have something you can grab and carry and go, it makes that why even stronger. I love making people feel comfortable. I do what I do because I love it. If the money would stop for you, is that your why? Are you doing is money the big thing for you? I mean, money is important, don't get me wrong. But is that the main focus for photography for you or for whatever profession you're into? If money is the main thing, then you're in the wrong thing. You got the wrong um, mindset. Money should be secondary. If you're loving what you're doing, you have to make money. However, if that money stopped coming in, if you could still do what you're doing and not give it up, even if you had to get another job, then yes, this is the thing for you. This is your why. It's more than money. I don't want photography to be about just money. I want it to be about connection, connecting with people, connecting with their souls, connecting just face to face. I hate the fact that social media has taken over so much. The kids don't even talk to each other. People just everything is there was they got to go like that, and they're constantly their heads are down continually. That's their way of communicating, and it's really really sad. No, I don't know the generation like that. We didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that. I find myself using my phone way too much the way it is. Now, if you're a teenager or 20-year-old, it's terrible. I mean, you go anywhere, people are walking, typing, texting, and they could be having somebody right next to them in their own company, and they just ignore that person, and it's rude. Again, I've done that. It is rude. I find myself putting it away because if that person I'm with isn't important enough to me, then I shouldn't be with that person. I don't need to have conversations with 5 different people just so I could feel like, okay, I'm in the know. People need me. People blah blah blah. Stupid, rude, stupid. So put the phones down, get your cameras out, or get whatever you want to do and just start shooting. Capture some people that are having fun. Help somebody that's being sad, that's really having a rough day. I mean, when my parents passed away, my brother passed away, that was hard. I mean, you know who your friends are at that point. You really do know who your friends are. And I am thankful um, that I have a good group of people. And if I kind of like drift a little bit, you know what? Somebody's going to say something to me, which is good. If you're observant, that's what's great about photography as well. You got to be observant. When I go out, I look everywhere. I look around, I look up, mostly up. I look around what's going on because there's so much that goes on that we're always looking down or looking down at a phone. We're never looking even straight ahead or look up. It's amazing why we don't do that. I mean, life is so precious and so short. So I guess for me, my why that I do what I do is because I love what I do. I love connecting with people. I love producing something and seeing it, physically seeing it and saying, "Man, this is really good." Now, I'm my most um, critical person. I'm most critical to me, and I don't like that. But other people love it. I could look at it and pick it apart. Uh, my brother's very critical of stuff. It's just it helps though. Criticalness helps because if you're going for perfection, which you will never get, I will never get, nothing is ever perfect. If you think it is, then hey, I wish you the best, but nothing is ever perfect. There's something always not right. There's something that's off a little bit. There's something that you could have done better. But having somebody say, hey, you know what? If this was like this, what would you think? Especially if it's a project, if you moved it here, if the light was a little bit more this side, I get it. And I enjoy criticism like that. I don't like criticism where people are bullying somebody and criticizing them, and especially when it's online, and especially when they have no idea what they're doing. That irritates me more than anything. Um, and I feel like I have a voice with the camera. When you have a following of people, good or bad, you have a voice with your camera. I can go out here and choose to photograph the slums, or I can go out here and photograph things that are going on that are encouraging and helping the city out. I do both, but what do I promote? I don't promote the slums. I like that kind of look. I like that kind of urban feel, but I promote the good of the city, of the people, because the good people outweigh the bad anywhere. It's just the media, what do they do? The media focuses on the bad. They focus on division. They focus on all of that stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to take my skill, another reason why I want to be a blessing and a light to this world. Too much negativeness, too many things. You just turn on the news and you can see every negative thing you want to see. I, I don't need that. So write down why you do what you do. Again, it doesn't have to be photography. It could be whatever you're doing. You could be a surgeon, whatever. But I'm just curious to see why you guys do what you do. And this is why I do what I do. I just love connection. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, like it, say hi, let me know what you're doing, and I will see you around. Thank you. Bye.